welcome to the very first episode of the Granite State Yarns podcast. My name is Lauren and I'm coming to you from the great state of New Hampshire, and I'm going to talk to you today about my adventures in knitting and crafting. I am the dyer and pattern designer behind Granite State Yarns, and I'm really excited to get a chance to talk to everybody today in a little bit of a different format. I usually have been rather active on Instagram and have decided to try my hand at a podcast, so here I am today. You can find me on Instagram at Granite State Yarns, and you can also find my website at www.granitestateyarns.com, and from there you can get links to my Etsy shop so you can maybe perhaps purchase some of my yarn or patterns yourself. So so I'm looking forward to talking to you all about my yarn, as well as some of the things that I have purchased recently from some other dyers and places that I've been. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I think I'd like to talk to you about some of the projects that I've been working on. First off, I have a finished object. This is a pair of socks from Earth Yarns. It's the unique sock number 57, and I finished this just about a week ago. Got the other one right here. Matched pretty well. I bought this yarn down in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. We were there for vacation, and went into one of the local, went down to one of the local shops down there and picked up this yarn, and I absolutely love it. It's a nice, dense, but very soft blend of merino and nylon. I don't remember now what the percentages are, but I can take a look and have it down below. But yeah, so the yarn is really super soft. It also has a really nice color change. Went from this red and purple to a blue and black, and then a purple and green, and then actually went farther into a teal and pink, but I didn't have enough room, obviously, to finish that. But I don't know, we'll figure out what to do with those. I might make a small sock for one of my kids or something. So yeah, these came out really nice. I used the Crazy Sock Ladies heel toe do-si-do pattern. Let me see if I can get this twisted around so you can see it a little bit better. It gives a really nice zigzag. Really easy to do. Absolutely love that pattern, especially for self-striping like a lot of other people do. So these were my second pair to go into the summer sock camp knit along. My first pair I've actually worn already. I've talked about them on Instagram. They were like a bright green Sucker Punch from Hue Loco, and those came out really nice. I don't have them with me right now to show, but again, they're on my Instagram if you're interested in seeing those. So I'm right now working on my third pair of socks for the summer sock camp knit along. I showed these on Instagram. This is done with my Look at That Bird colorway. It's a mini skein set that's available in my shop. So the different colors are up here. We've got hummingbird, and then cardinal, robin, American goldfinch, and blue jay. And I have been just obsessed with birds lately, so I was really excited to make a fun colorway that kind of showcased that new and exciting thing that I've been into. You can see my hummingbird feeder over here. I don't think we'll have any hummingbirds coming today because they're actually out of nectar because they've been coming so often. So talk to one of my kids later, see if we can make some more nectar for them. So these socks are coming out really fun. I've got about halfway done the second sock. I'm doing these on size 0 Chow-Goo needles. These are my favorite. These are 24-inch ones. That works really well for me for magic loop. And these have been coming out really great. I should hopefully have these done in another day or two. We'll see how much time I have for knitting, but so far so good. It's been a lot of fun. So this is the set that I'm talking about. Look at that bird. You can see them all a little bit better now. It's so fun. I really, really like this one in particular. This is the robin. And I don't know, I think I might want to do this one in a full 100 gram skein. We'll see. I'm also looking at either one of these two. I don't know. They've been really fun. So yeah, so that's that set. Okay, so I guess now I'm going to talk a little bit about some more of my yarns. Might as well, we already started talking about one of them. So let's see, here is another sock that I have available. This one, however, is, we have 100 grams of this one. This pink one is called Glow Bowling. It's a really bright tonal pink, but also has some speckles of gray and purple and a little bit of pink in there. See some pink right there. Really bright and fun. I see some more purple hidden in there. Woo. Some of that pink. And then these come with two 20-gram mini skeins. We have this one in, let's see, silver quarter. And then this one back here is purple lilac, which of course is perfect. That is our state flower, if you didn't know that, in New Hampshire. So this one's super fun. I've also got this skein. This is just one simple 100-gram skein of a, let's see, we've got a yellow and then two different kinds of greens, kind of more of a tealy green and a little more of a forest green. So this is a really bright and fun, bold colorway. I had originally called it Dandelion, and my husband kind of laughed at me. He's like, oh, why would you name it after a weed? So the girls, we have 6 daughters, and the girls kind of talked it over and they decided we should call this Forsythia, because we have a lot of forsythias here in New Hampshire, and they're one of our favorite flowers because it's one of the first things that we get in the springtime, those big yellow flowers, and then it turns into a green kind of shrubbery. We have a few out back over there, so that's really fun. And then lastly today, I'm going to talk about my Galaxy colorway. This is a, this is on Sparkle Sock, so there's a little bit of stellina in there. I don't know if we can see that. I'm getting blurry there. Might be able to see this stuff. It's always so hard to get this stuff on camera. But this colorway is absolutely just right up my alley. The blues and the pinks and the purples. So I did this really highly variegated so that way it won't pool. I like pooling. Pooling can be a lot of fun, but sometimes I really want my socks to be like super duper variegated. So I am extremely excited about this one. This one is a, see, the Sparkle Sock base is a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and then that 5% stellina, which is a little bit different. My other Granite State sock base that I talked about with the other yarns, these are also 75% superwash merino, but then 25% nylon. Super soft, both of them, but also nice and hard wearing because of the nylon content there. So I actually have this Galaxy already caked up because I am planning on knitting some socks from myself, thinking of maybe designing another pattern to go with it. We will see. Kind of brainstorming right now as I'm finishing up my other socks there. I'll go back and talk about this. This sock that I'm working on has my first pattern available now. This is called Arethusa Falls, and you'll see that it's a ribbed pattern here, so it's got a lot of stretch to it, and actually follows on the back too. You can see we've got some pearl ridges here, so that way these socks are nice and stretchy and will fit on your feet really well. It's actually inspired by my husband, who he loves wearing my socks, which is super nice, but he is a little picky about them and doesn't like anything too fancy, but also doesn't want just a plain old vanilla sock because he doesn't think that they fit as well, which I can totally understand. So he tends to like the Knit 3 Pearl 1 ribbed sock, which is fine, but can be a little bit boring. So that's why I came up with this, so that way we could have a little bit of ribbing, so that way it would fit really nicely, kind of hug your foot, they don't get very slouchy, but also be just a little bit more interesting with some of this nice texture here. So yeah, those are my Arethusa Falls socks, which are named after a nice little place in New Hampshire. And if anyone's ever been there before, comment down below if you've been to Arethusa Falls. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a nice little hiking trail, and it actually goes out quite far into the woods where there is a really neat trestle bridge called Frankenstein Trestle. So it's I believe the Colorway Scenic Railroad goes over it. My husband's a big train guy, so he would know the details far better, but definitely a must-see place if you're ever up in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Okay, so I thought I'd also talk to you a little bit about some of the new yarns that I've been getting. First off, I've got the June 2021 colorway from Yarnable here, from Hypnotic Yarns, their Yarnable subscription box. I did an unboxing on my Instagram if you're interested in that, but just for today I thought I'd talk to you about about the yarn that came in. And so this is a super duper squishy, soft plush sock base. Let's see, 8515. It is unbelievably soft, so squishy. And the colorway, this one here is Wildflowers. Some bright yellow and green and pink. I've seen a lot of people knitting this up already. I'm really looking forward to doing it. Looks like this one is going to be pooling quite nicely. So I don't know, this is on the list. Got to get these on the needles for summer sock camp, and I am really excited to try this one out. This is my first time getting the Yarnable box subscription, and actually they are right down the road from me, just a few towns over. So, you know, maybe one of these days I'll get to meet Cheryl, but this is her yarn. Highly recommend the Yarnable box. I know a lot of people talk about it. It is really fun, really reasonably priced. And I particularly like that she gives you the opportunity to pause your subscription if you're not interested in that colorway for that month, because you can get a sneak peek, or if you want to keep it a surprise, you can do that too. So I think Cheryl's really understanding about how to set up a subscription box without giving a whole lot of pressure if you're not really sure if you want to do it every month. So I'm not sure if she's taking any new orders right now. I know that can be a little bit tricky sometimes to get into that. I know it took me a few months to get in. So I will link down below all the information. I know you can get signed up for her email list, and she'll let you know when she's ready for new orders. So yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I also got, speaking of summer sock camp, some of the Mandy's Makings Summer Sock Camp 2021 sock set here. So I've been looking to try to get this from, oh gosh, how long has it been now since these came out? Finally managed to get it while I was on vacation. I was over on the pool, on the pool deck watching my kids swim and keeping an eye out and waiting for this to get posted online, and was able to scoop it up. So I'm really excited to finally get this. So actually matches really nicely. This is the Stolen Minutes bag that I have, that I've been keeping my sock projects in for this really fun knit along. So I am really happy about this. Looking forward to these nice little speckles. Looks like this kind of does like a little bit of a micro striping on the socks, so that'll be fun. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the mini part, if I'm just going to do, heels, toes, and cuffs, or I don't know, put a stripe in it. I would think I want to kind of do something a little more interesting and different with it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. And then I also got this from Pumpkins and Wool. This is the sushi roll sock kit. And I saw this on her Instagram, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I knew I had to have it. I am very much into sushi. It's been a love of mine for a long time. And I just love this sock set. Look at these speckles. It's just nice and like delicate, but really, really fun. Just pretty. So really excited about this yarn. And then while I was in Cape Cod, I also stopped, like I said, at a couple of yarn stores. We've got the Cape Cod Yarn Company, and I bought these two. They are actually, it's a sport weight, 100% superwash merino. And we got pastel green and apple blossom. And I saw these in the store and I had to have them. Just really, look at, really pretty, peachy, well, I suppose apple blossom, but the peachy color, nice subtle green. Oh, just love it. I'm thinking of turning this into a a shawl. We'll see. Still haven't figured out what pattern I'm going to use yet, but still thinking about it. Right now I'm obsessed with socks and doing all of the socks, so I'll probably wait for that until a little later in the summer when getting ready for making nice warm shawls. So I haven't done a sport weight shawl before either, so I'm looking forward to something a little thicker than what I usually do. Most of my shawls already are fingering, and I actually have a big lace one too. So all right, and then I also stopped over at the Salt Yarn Studio. And that was a nice little shop. Actually, both of these places were great little shops. Very different atmospheres at both of them. Cape Cod Yarn Company was just a really nice, bright, fun little store. They had a ton of yarn over there. A lot of really nice stuff. Really friendly people working there. And then Salt Yarn Studio was this cute little, I don't know if it was a Cape style, probably was, but a Cape house. Little more like homey and cozy in there. Again, really friendly staff. Helped me out, answered my questions, helped my kids that were there with me. My daughter's actually a really big knitter, and a couple of my other younger girls are interested in knitting, but they're still pretty young. So they do a little bit here and there, but the ladies there were really friendly and super fun. So I picked up this yarn. This is the, let's see, Cape Cod Bay. Is that the, yeah, Cape Cod Bay, another 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this one is gorgeous green, a little bit of blue in there. Not quite a solid. I'm not a huge solid fan. I love the, gentle variations in colors here. Just really reminded me of the ocean. It seemed like a nice kind of color to pick up to always remember our vacation. So we really did have a great time down in Cape Cod. We've been, I think this is the 4th time in my marriage. I've been married for coming up on 14 years here. It's 14, 13? Oh goodness, when you get to that point where you can't remember. I gotta do the math here, let me think about it. Okay, whatever. We were married in 2007, right? 7. So that's 14. Yeah, 14 years. Right, because my daughter's gonna be 13. She was born almost to the day on our first anniversary. So yeah, so 14 years. We have been to Cape Cod 4 times. Absolutely, really enjoy it down there. And it was really nice to be able to get to go this time. Our vacation had originally been scheduled for last year, and then obviously with everything going on, it ended up getting rescheduled. And so we had to go now, which in the end, it worked out really well. Usually we try to go on the off season, even before Memorial Day, so that way we can get a good deal. And because of the pandemic, they allowed us to get the same price, but for a week later or 2 weeks later. And so we got a really good deal. Weather was a little bit warmer. It was still kind of chilly because it's the Cape. It was like in the 70s, but that's good enough for us. We were fine. The kids had a great time. But we stayed at the Green Harbor Resort, which is a red jacket company. And they were really, really friendly. Great place to stay. It was our second time there, and we get a whole house to ourselves, which is lovely. My husband and I have, like I said, I think I said earlier, we have 6 daughters and 1 son, so that's a lot of kids. And to be able to go to stay at a nice resort that had on the beach with a pool for a reasonable amount of money in a house with a kitchen, so I did grocery shopping and cooked for us, so we were able to save a lot of money there too. So if you happen to be in Cape Cod, I highly recommend that place, and absolutely we cannot wait to go back. I don't know if we're going to do it anytime too soon, but definitely would love to go back as soon as we can. So yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thanks for bearing with me in my very first episode. Hopefully this came out all right, and I'll get more comfortable as the time goes on. But for now, hey, got it started. Wanted to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I'm really happy to finally just take the plunge and give it a try. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Connect with me on Instagram or at my website. Just drop me an email, anything. All the pertinent information's down below, and I will look forward to getting back with you maybe in another week or 2. We'll see when I can get out here again. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.